Gourmet. Joining us now, Keith Conlee, Alderman at Large here in New Albany. So, Keith, New Albany seems like it's got it going on here. We talked to the mayor earlier today, and impressive for sure. Economic development, great school system, great health care. You got high-speed fiber, or high-speed internet, being deployed as we speak. Just talked to the folks from Alcorn County and New Albany Power, and Alcorn County EPA and New Albany Power and Light. Nothing but positive stuff going on here.
Great things going on in New Albany, Gerard. Really glad to have you guys from SuperTalk here today. I tell you, it's an exciting thing to see what's going on in New Albany. One of the areas that we had struggled in, maybe not struggled, but we needed housing. We were trying to find residential spots, and what we've had is we've had developers come along and start to create in north side. If you look as the crow flies from me and you north, that's our north side. That was one of our original residential districts in the city years ago, and we've had people go in there and remodel homes. We've had people go in there and build new homes. And then we have, if you go down the trail here, we've got development down the trail on Central Avenue. So we've got a lot going on there, because you guys have talked today on both with Richard this morning and then with you about all the things that we've got going on and the people that are coming to town. Well, when they come to town, you got to have somewhere to put them.
Yeah, okay. Gotcha. Makes sense. Well, the thing that I've already mentioned a couple of times, but I think it bears repeating, is when you look at this downtown area, which is certainly bustling today with all the traffic coming through, every one of the shops, every one of the buildings has got a business in it. And that is, so you don't see any for rent or for sale signs or any boarded up properties. That's impressive.
That is really impressive. That's something that Billy Jean and everybody on our board loves to brag about, because I travel for a living and I go to some of these smaller towns and you see these empty buildings and you're like, man, we really have something going on. And the thing that really excites you, when I asked my wife one time, I was like, what makes New Albany downtown different, you think? And she said, it's the diversity of our shops down there. So somebody can come down here from out of town, or from New Albany for that matter, park their car, and there's so many different type shops. They can eat lunch, like you were talking about, Tallahatchie Gourmet, and be in town all day and never have to move their car.
That's a good point. And a lot of these beautiful structures have been here for a while, but they've been maintained, and they've been upgraded and renovated and remodeled to house the businesses in them today. And that's impressive, to just the continuity in keeping the interest and just the economy alive in an area like that. Is you got to keep maintaining it. If you got people willing to do that because they're making money doing it, well, that's just a good benefit.
Well, and that's the thing. People in New Albany are passionate about our downtown. That's something we really like to focus on.
Yeah.
And our people that own these buildings are willing to invest in them. This is a perfect example right here beside us, this Henderson building. This will be, you talked to Moses earlier today. He opened up Nico's, and what Joel is doing with this building here next to us is going to be amazing. It's going to be a game changer for us. So our people in New Albany are willing to invest in our town, and that's what makes it so special.
There's no doubt about it. So when you look at what creates the quality of life for anybody in America, honestly, and you look at New Albany, which I think possesses all of those elements. You got a thriving economy, people are working, low unemployment rate, you got low crime, got great schools, great health care. It really is makes for a very attractive place to live, to worship, to raise a family.
Oh, there's no doubt. And where we are, location to me is everything, okay? When you're on Interstate 20, and I did 22, and I didn't think just making that an interstate would make that big a difference, but it does. So we've got the opportunity between 15 and 22. People are here all the time. I heard y'all talking about it earlier. People, this weekend's a perfect example. We'll have so many people in town. They see our town. They see how friendly our people are. They see all the things we have to offer. That intrigues them, and they come back. And that's something that really has amazed me, is this Tanglefoot Trail has brought more people into this town than I ever dreamed that it would. But what it does, it not only brings them one time, it brings them back again.
That's incredible. And so when they come back, they spend money, And that's why the shops are open
There
and
you go.
occupying all the buildings. That's just a great combination. But it's because they're something to see and something that attracts people, which is fantastic. What's the working relationship like with the mayor and the other members of the Board of Aldermen?
Oh, I think it's great. I mean, Tim, I think this is Tim's 20th year
as mayor. Right?
As mayor, and we have a really good board. I mean, we've got some guys that have been on there multiple years. This is my second term, and then we've got 2 young guys that are new. So I think we have a really good working relationship. I heard you talking to CJ earlier today.
Supervisor.
I think we have a good working relationship with the supervisors as well, and I think that's important because I think New Albany, there's more to New Albany. It's Union County, okay? Everybody in this county contributes to this city, and I think that's why we're so successful.
Well, it's hard to move forward when you've got contention between, let's say, city leaders and county leaders. And we have some examples of that in our state, but that doesn't exist in this area.
Well, and CJ talked about it. I mean, we don't always agree on every single thing, and it's good that we don't.
Right.
I mean, you know, that's one thing about we talk about on our board. If all 5 of us thought the same way, it would be a really boring board, and we probably wouldn't have much. So, our relationship with the county supervisors is good, and they are doing things, and we're trying to help them continue to grow the things that they're doing. We work really well. Three Rivers is a really, really big part of our industry recruitment. So it takes everybody to make what we have here in New Albany.
Yeah. So what do you see for the future of New Albany? What's kind of your vision, your expectation, things you guys may be working on?
Well, I think the thing that I talked a little bit about our development, I think that we have some developers that are really and truly trying to grow our residential area. We've got a project that we approved, Gerard, that's one of our developers called Albany West, and it is a 105-acre project that will be a commercial and residential walkable community.
Okay.
And if that happens, and I think it will happen, I don't know when, but I think it will happen, that will be a big-time game changer for our city.
Wow.
I think we got to continue to recruit. You know, we talk about our unemployment rate. We have a great unemployment rate. Well, when people come to town, where are the workers going to come from? Yeah. So one thing that I love to tell the story, my daughter's an example. My daughter works for a company in Memphis, and when COVID hit, she was working there in the office in Memphis. Well, when COVID hit, they sent them home to work remotely.
Yeah.
Well, more and more people are working remotely now, so let's recruit those remote workers.
Sure.
Billie Jean talked about this morning about us being a retirement community. So we're recruiting those type people, young and old, and when we recruit them, we've got to have things for them to do,
sure,
such as this building here, such as Nico's, TG. So we got to have things like that. And it's, Chase Jeter, our park and rec guy, does a great job of creating things for not just kids anymore. You've got to have a park and rec that creates for the elderly people
as well.
That's a good
point. Well, this new development you're talking about would be spectacular, and that concept seems to be gaining a lot of traction in the country. So you're sort of on the forefront of that.
No doubt about it. I loved it when I saw the project come before the board. I mean, the guy that I'm specifically talking about does a really good job of thinking outside the box. But that, to me, when it happens, will be it's going to be a great day for New Albany.
How long have you been an alderman, Keith?
This is my second term. So this is, my 6th year.
Okay.
And I love it. I have a passion. I got the passion from my mother. My mother was really passionate about New Albany. I spent my career on the road traveling. I worked for a healthcare company for 31 years on the road all the time. So I wasn't as involved as I should have been as a citizen here in New Albany. Since I've been an alderman, it's been fun to watch people that have Betsy Hamilton. You're going to talk to her.
Yeah.
I mean, she doesn't really have to do what she does for our city. Billie Jean is passionate about her city, so it's awesome. I love it.
Well, it shines through for sure.
No doubt.
The love of community among everybody that I've certainly met here since we've been doing the remote. But we appreciate you coming on, Keith, and good luck in the city of New Albany and with the Tallahatchie River Festival.
Thank you, bud. Thank y'all for being here.
You bet. We're coming right back with more, folks. We're in the